My name is Leonard Leo, and I am National Lawyers Division Director of the Federalist Society.
Leonard Leo joined the Federalist Society in 1991. A master networker, he also understood the ways of Washington.
But the idea was really to create a pipeline. To create a pipeline that started in law school and then glided into the legal profession by building a network or infrastructure of people around the country who could influence the major power centers of our legal culture.
Republicans were primed to take who got appointed to the courts politically seriously long before Democrats were, because Democrat interests were winning, and they have built a very significant infrastructure as a result, and we've been caught napping for a long time.
The Federalist Society is in this for the long run. Since 1982, they have gone about collecting names aggressively, waiting for times when Republican presidents come into office so that they can work in partnership with Republican administrations to choose judges.
To purchase judges. That's the only issue I have with this little 28-minute documentary that was created by the Washington Post following the evolution of the Federalist Society. The amount of money, dark money, we have no idea who's doing it. We know the name Leonard Leo, and we know the name Carrie Severino. We know her husband also. They're all part of this very, very narrow cult of Catholicism, a very strange, offshoot of, and it's not mainstream Catholicism. This is not that. This is something else. This is the Opus Dei crowd. This is the Knights of Malta crowd. This is a very strange crowd that, believes, this whole, group was created after the first, I keep wanting to think insurrection, but, this Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition. That's how old this group is. It's really sick. It's really twisted. And it started because Jerry Falwell and Paul Weyrich of the Heritage Foundation wanted to get their tax-exempt status back as private schools who wanted to stay segregated. Like I said, Jerry Falwell tried to get around the IRS ruling in 1975 by, hiring a guy to work in the radio station who was black and made him a part-time student. The guy quit Bob Jones University like a month after he was hired. But then he said, okay, in 1975, they were like, you better pay your taxes. You're not tax exempt anymore. You practice segregation. Well, segregation is in the Bible. Slavery is in the Bible. We get to do what we want. And the IRS said no, absolutely no. And the laws in the United States changed to reflect that segregation was wrong and that you could not be a charity. You could not be a religious school. Take a tax deduction. Here's the ruling. It said, this was the decision that was upheld. It said, under the Internal Revenue Code, properly construed, racially discriminatory private schools are not entitled to the federal tax exemption provided for charitable educational institutions, and persons making gifts to such schools are not entitled to charitable deductions that are provided in cases of gifts to educational institutions or charities that practice segregation. And this had a very large impact on the fundraising. It had a very large impact on the money. So in 1975, he said, okay, I'll admit blacks to Bob Jones University, but only married. I won't admit unmarried blacks, because he was afraid of interracial dating. And he was afraid of miscegenation, which means interracial marriage, which is why people who know this issue know what's next. They know what this brand of let's just call it religiosity, of religious privilege wants. What does the money want?